Hello and welcome. This is a quick video guide in order to understand how to edit a dashboard. Here we have a pre-existing dashboard. If you wanted to edit some of the portions of this dashboard, it is quite simple. You'll just head over to the side where you see the pencil. You can click on the pencil and it'll open the editing view. You know you're in the editing view because you can see the grid lines in the background. Okay. Also, when you hover over any of the portions of your dashboard, you see how my mouse goes from a regular mouse to a grabbing tool. Okay. Now, there's a few different ways to edit. If you're editing simply text, you click into the space. I usually double click. It'll open rich text widget on the side where it has some formatting options. You can hide or unhide the title. You can also edit the text using the text bar above. If you wanted to move a piece or resize a piece, that is also simple. To resize, click on the item. You'll see the squares, corners pop up. If you hover over a corner, it'll change your mouse to a resizing tool, and you can simply resize from there. Alternatively, if you simply want to move an item, you click on it. Once you see the four corners, you're able to then drag and drop it into whatever new place. I do suggest being very careful if you are moving an item, as dashboards in Smartsheet can be quite sensitive to movement. I also suggest when moving an item, it's very useful to click on the item and to use your keyboard for cutting. So Control X. So it'll cut the item. And then let's say you wanted to move this item. Let's say you wanted to move this item below. You right click, paste here. It'll show you a shadow of where that item's going to move. It'll also show you, for example, if it's going to push other items out of the way. Okay. In this case, I actually don't want to save any of these changes, so I'm going to hit cancel. If you did want to save changes, you would hit save, of course. So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to discard the changes, and I'm going to let the items remain. Now, if you're editing and you want to edit text, however, when you click on an item, it doesn't work, it's most likely because it's embedded from another place. So for example, on this dashboard, if I hit edit and I wanted to edit the name of this item here where it says GUA assets, I click on it and I cannot click and edit the text. That's because you notice on the side, this is a web content widget. That means that I have put a URL to an item to embed it in here. I need to go directly to wherever that URL is in order to make any changes. Okay. Hit cancel. Other changes that are quite simple to make in editing mode are changing of colors. You'll click on a color or on the item that you want to change, and you'll use the bucket here to dump a color. So in this case, if I were to change the entire banner, I can do so. Alternatively, let's go ahead. Alternatively, if you want to change the entire background, right now, if it's defaulted, it's white. However, you can change the background and the theme colors. You'll see here on the side, there is this dashboard theme button. This will allow you to create a theme, which then, if you create a custom theme, you can decide what the background color is of the page and how the text colors and titles look together, and it'll automatically apply that theme across the entire dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. I don't want to save any of these themes, so I'll discard changes. That is the most basic parts of editing any of these dashboards. There's, of course, a lot more that you can do depending on what type of dashboard it is and what type of information is surfaced, but that is your basic information.